But instead, so this is the reason why we are going to use a concept called global variable. Global variable means once if you define the variable, that variable can be accessible by n number of jobs in Jenkins. So we do not need to define each variable separately. So let's go and define the variable globally. For example, see, if I want to define the global variable, don't worry, here I have given the process for you, how to define the global variable, okay? See, it is global variable. This variable will work outside of the job and will be working for multiple jobs. So if we go and see here, click on manage Jenkins. In the manage Jenkins, you can see the option called system. Are you seeing it now? Now, if you go here, in the down section, in the global properties, you can see something called as environment variable. Are you able to see it? And don't worry about the steps. Here you have the step-by-step process. Go to dashboard, click on manage Jenkins, go for system, and again migrate to global properties, and here select environment variables. So in the environment variables, go for add. So what is the name of the variable? Name will be name only. Value will be now. I'm going to give it as Raham. What I'm giving it as? The moment if I save this variable globally, now if I have 100 jobs in Jenkins, these 100 jobs can be able to access the variable. Let me go and show you. Let me build the job now. Tell me, is the variable defined inside the job or outside the job now? Outside or inside? Outside, right? But still, if I go and check, I'll be getting the value. Are we getting the value called Raham here? This variable defined outside of the job, but still I'm getting the output. Why? Because it's the global variable. Which variable? Once if you define the global variable, this variable can be accessible by any job. So currently I'm taking it from job 1. But if I create job 2, let me show you how to create job 2. If I create job 2 here, in the job 2 also, if I give echo $name, I'll be getting the output. Let me show you. Click on execute shell. Here you are going to write echo. My name is $name. See here, am I defining the variable here anywhere? No, I'm just defining the, like I'm just accessing the value, that's it. So if I click on save, the variable is not defined here, but I'm trying to get the value here. So click on build now. So if you can go and see, are you getting the value called Raham now? That means if you go and see how many jobs are getting the values now, 2 jobs are getting the value, but how many times I defined the variable? Where I have defined locally or globally? Globally. That means if you define any variable in global aspect, that can be accessible by n number of jobs inside the Jenkins. So is the difference between clear for you, all of them? Online, can you please confirm is the difference between local variable and global variable? Global variable clear for all of you or not? Can you please confirm in chat box once? Fine. So Sai Krishna, global variable means the variable will be accessed from one job. But if you define the same variable in the global, you can be able to give that value to n number of jobs. To define the value globally, go for manage Jenkins. After manage Jenkins, you need to go for system. In the system, you need to go for global properties, select the environment variable. So here you can give whatever the name you want. I hope it is clear for you, Sai Krishna now. And Vasanta, sir, by default, it will store in local variable. Sir, by default, it will store in local variable. Your question is not clear, Vasanta. And one more thing. You can ask me, for example, sir, I defined a value in global. Same value I defined in local. Now, Jenkins is going to take which variable? Global or local? Local. If you define the same value in global variable and local variable, Jenkins will always take the local variable. Let me show you. In global, what is the name I have given for you? Raham, but same variable I define on local with some other name. Okay. So let me go for configure here. In the configuration part, I'm gonna give name as name is equal to, for example, let's take Vijay. So in global, Raham, but in local, if I go here and click on build now, automatically my local variable will be the first priority. Okay, if you define both same variables in local level and global level, local will be the top priority. If you can go and see here, are you seeing the value Vijay is accessing now? That's it. So it is the important point you need to understand. Here I have given, while defining the variables, space will not be given. This is a very, very important point. For example, if you can go and see, I'll show one practical example for you. I'm defining the variable here. Okay. But unfortunately, I'm giving some space. What I'm giving here? Let me go and see. Have I given the space here now? Go and check, click on build now. If I given the space, now see the output here, what exactly I'm generating. What is output here? Why it got failed? Space is there. So that is going to be very, very incorrect way. You cannot define the variable like this. Second one will be local variable will be high priority. Already I said this one, right? So local variable and global variable. If I define both of them, which one is going to be high priority? Correct. This is the concept of local and global. So, but we have a small limitation for it, sir. What is the limitation? You know, some values cannot be defined by the user because these values will change build by. Let me tell one basic example for you so you can get the clarity. What is the current build number? Build number 8. What is the next build number? Sir, whenever if I click on build now, every time I want to print my build number, every time. So what will happen, you know, if I can go and see here, I'll remove all of them and I'm gonna give build number. I'm giving build number is equal to 9. So I can give echo my build number is dollar. What I can give now here? Build number. What is my current build number? 9. So if I click on save, if I click on build now, I'll get the exact output. What I'll get? Exact output. So output will be build number 9. Let me go and show you. Are you getting build number 9 here? Correct. But if I click on build now, again, what is my next build number? 10. But if you go and see in the background, the build number will be still. Why? Because here you need to change the value. Previously you have given 9, but now you need to give 10 or not, sir? Now tell me one thing. If I do it for every time, for every build, if I change the value repeatedly, is it a boring work or not, sir? We cannot do it first. Why? Because for every time you need to go to the console and I need to change the value, which is going to be very, very difficult task for me. So in order to avoid these kind of things, we are going to use concept called environment variables. Which one? That is the note point what exactly I have given. See, coming to the limitation, some values can't be defined by. That means user cannot define all kind of values. Okay, because these values are changing build by. Best example is build number. Build number will keep going for every build or not, sir? So we cannot go and we cannot modify the build number as per the time. So that is the reason why we are going to use Jenkins environment variables. What we're going to use now? This is very, very easy. See, these are defined by the Jenkins. First one, user defined variables, user can define, but Jenkins environment variable will be designed by Jenkins only. We cannot give that variables. So these variables can change from build to build. For example, if you go to user defined variable will not change build by build, but Jenkins environment variables will change build by build. These variables are on uppercase only. So if you go to user defined variable, we can give lowercase and uppercase. That's up to our choice. But Jenkins environment variable will be damn sure uppercase only. And coming to these variables, you can define only. If you define the variable once, every time it is going to generate the values. Let me show you. For example, if you want to know about the Jenkins environment variable, you can go here and see, click on list of available Jenkins environment variables. So you need to click on this link actually. If you click on that link, currently what you are searching for? Build number. Are you seeing build number here? Copy this complete variable and give it now here. So if you can go and see, sir, am I defining the value anywhere here? I'm just passing the variable. That's it. If I click on save and if I click on bill now, automatically I'll get the value. What is the current bill number? 10. So you can see 11 here. Are you seeing 11 now? If I click on again, click on bill now. What is the next bill number? 12. You can go and access. Seeing it now? And if you can click on bill now again, what is the next bill number? 13. So let me go and show you. If you can observe one thing, how many times you define the value? One time. So every time it is generating the new value build by build or not, sir? Yes. And second thing, is it uppercase or lowercase? Uppercase. Who defined that variable? Have I given that variable or Jenkins given the variable? Is the logic clear now? So like this, you can print the bill number. Okay. You can print the name of the job. For example, if you want to print the name of the job, copy job underscore name. Again, let me go to the configuration section. In the configuration section, you can give comma. My job name is dollar job underscore name. So now you can get both the build number and let me go and show. Currently, what is the name of the job? Job 1, correct. And bill number will be 14. So you can get 15 now. Like later. So currently it is 14. Job number is, sorry, bill number is 14 and job name is job 1. For example, if I try to change the job name, you can click on rename here. If I click on rename, job name I want to give it as, tell me any of the job name. Any of the name, that can be your name also. Huh? Server 1, huh? Okay. Server 1 is the name of the job now. If I click on bill now, automatically build number will be 15 and job number, job name will be, let me go and show. Are you seeing it now? Like that. Sir, I'll check it one more time. I want to give one more job name. Oh, so this time the job name will be tulips. You know the flower? You don't know tulips, huh? It's a flower man actually. Okay. So click on bill now. And what is the bill number here? 16. If I go and click on this bill now, bill number is 16, but the job name is like that. See, whatever name can be anything. You can give any fruit name, any animal name. Name of the job is user defined. That means user can have the chance to define any kind of name itself. That's it. So is the concept of a Jenkins environment variable clear for all of you know? Yes, so I'll bring it back to some other name called ABCD job name. Okay. Sir, for example, I want to print like a build tag. I want to give executor name. I want to give node name. Like I want to give all the environment variables. So I cannot define like this. In real time, what we can do, you know, instead of giving this many variables in a big way, I can give only one thing. Print env. What I can give? If I give the command print env, this will result me giving all the environment variables of Jenkins. See, I'm giving only print env. If I can go and see here, are you seeing the complete environment variable of Jenkins? That means do I need to define the variables individually? No. Which command is giving me all of them? So in real time, instead of giving all of them, what I will give is print env. Print env will give all the environment variables of Jenkins. So this is the concept of the variables. Which concept it is? Again, what is a variable? Variable will assign the value and it is going to change frequently. What is the example? Time, date. And what is the example of constant? What is a constant? Constant means which will not change. Anyone example? Huh? Oh, pi value, correct. Simply you can tell your date of birth also. Is your date of birth going to change? Right, you can tell that one also. Fine. So coming to type of variables, how many type of variables we have? First one is user defined. Second one is Jenkins and no. Don't tell global and local. Global and local will be part of user defined variables. Okay. Again, types of variables. Two. First one is user defined. Second one is Jenkins environment variable. User defined variables are nothing but again two types: local variable and What is the difference between local and global? Local means only inside the job. That means only one job can execute. But global variable means outside of the job. So multiple jobs can use the variable. So coming to the next Jenkins environment variable, these are defined by Jenkins. So this is going to change build by build. So we need to use only uppercase, and these variables can be defined only. That's it. Is it clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm is the entire concept of variables clear for all of you or not? Let me rename to my name here. Wait, I'm gonna rename as Raham. Why? Because there are two Nourish ITs here with the same name. Fine. Great. So the next concept will be how to change the port number of Jenkins. Basically, what is the port number of Jenkins? 80. Guys, in real time, you will not have any requirement to change the port number of Jenkins. Trust me, even lot of organization where I worked, everywhere we use port number 8080. But if you want to change the port number of Jenkins, if you want to change, so in that case, we can change it. Remember, Jenkins is a service. Jenkins is what? What is the property of service? Whenever you download any service, by default, it is going to be on which state? Stopper state. Correct. So now here, remember, for every service, we have the configuration file. Service means by default, it is going to be on stopper state. For every service, we have the port number. And again, for every service, we have the configuration file. These three are the default properties for any service. Again, I'm telling service, whenever if you download, that is going to be on stopper state. Property number one. Property number two will be for every service, we have the port number. What we have? And third one, for every service, we have the configuration file. Which one we have? If you want to modify anything on your service, you need to go for the configuration file actually. Sir, how do you change the port number? Means already we defined Jenkins will have the configuration file. Go to configuration file, change the configuration, automatically port number will change. But how to do it? It is very, very easy process. The configuration file of Jenkins will be Jenkins dot service. It is the name of the file. Unfortunately, I know name of the file, but I don't know location. Of course, I know. But for example, if you don't know the location, then how you are going to find out the file? See, this is one of the most common activity you do on the real time. Sometimes you know the name of the file, but you don't know the location. In that case, how to trace out? For example, if it is Windows, you can go to the Windows button search bar, and for example, I want to find the name called server. My name of the file will be server. I'm finding it or not, sir? You can see the name of the file here as per your requirement. Okay. But here you cannot do it. Why? Because it is CLI. Which one? So for CLI, we need to use commands only. If I want to find any file in my server, the command will be find command. Which command? I am finding the file called Jenkins, but you need to put slash. Slash define the root path of Jenkins. That means it will search the entire operating system if you use slash. And hyphen name. What is the name of the file? This is the simple command. Find is the name of the command to find any file. Slash. I am searching from my root path. Which path? And name of the file will be Jenkins dot. Hit enter. Are you getting the file name here? My Jenkins dot service is in the user lib system md system Jenkins dot service. Now you know the path. Once if you know the path, VM and name of the path, and go to line number 69. What is the line number here? Are you seeing the Jenkins port number here 8080? So I want to change it to 8081. Now save it. So after saving, if we go in, if we click on refresh, is it going to change? Means no. Guys, remember by default, I said service will be having the configuration file. It is having port number. But whenever if you change any configuration in the service file, you need to restart the service. What you need to do? So what is the command to restart? Systemctl restart Jenkins.service. It is asking you to run the daemon reload. Of course, it is not natural thing only. Whenever if you change any property, before restarting the service, you need to restart the daemon. What you need to restart? Daemon. Of course, I have given this point in the notes. If you go to the notes, in the notes, have you seen this point here? Systemctl daemon reload. Okay. So hit enter and try to restart the Jenkins now. Now automatically Jenkins will get the new port number called 80. Let me go ahead and check you. Daemon is a background service, Suvin. Already we discussed in the Linux session. Daemon is a background service which is responsible for the background activities. And systemctl is the command to control the services in our Linux machine. Now if I click here, if I click on refresh, automatically this site will not be available. Why? Because this site is pointing to 8080. So if I replace 8080 with 8081, then only this site will work now. Let me show you. I'm going to replace 8080 with 8081. Hit enter. Is it reloading or not, sir? So this is the way how exactly you are going to reload the, change the port number of Jenkins. Let me go and log in here, Raham, and give Raham here. Now I can get my old console here. Are you getting it now? Like this. Sir, again, I don't want this 8081. I want the port number 8090. Which port number? Now how to change? First of all, you need to find the service file. What is the command to find any file in the Jenkins? Sorry, in the Linux. Find / define root path of the entire operating system. Next, name of the file will be Jenkins. Guys, if you give one small wrong, anything if you do mistake, it is not going to show you. So definitely need to give the perfect name of the file. So it is my file here. Go for VM and that path. Go for line number 70. By default, you will be on 70. Now I want to give the port number 8090. After changing, first of all, you want to reload the daemon. What you want to reload? So systemctl daemon reload. That is the command. And after that, you need to restart the Jenkins. Systemctl restart Jenkins.service. Automatically from the port number 8081, it is going to migrate to 80. If you click on refresh, it won't work anymore. See it? Are you able to see it now? Are you able to see it, sir? No, sir. Why, sir? IP address is common, fixed only. We need to change the port number. What is the new port number here? 80? Correct. So in this way, you can play with the port numbers. But again, in real time, it is not recommended. But if you wish to change, this is the way to change actually. Some people might get the doubt, sir, how to change the port number, okay? But in real time, we are going to follow the standard process only. Sir, again, let's come back to the original port number 8080. This time you tell me the process. I said 2 times for you. So this time I'm not going to helpful for you. So tell me how to change the port number. Find the service. Okay. Find / name Jenkins.service. So second one you need to go for. Don't go for first one, go for second one. VM paste and line number will be 70 actually. So instead of 8090, put 8080. So next, systemctl daemon reload. Correct only spelling. Next, systemctl restart. Just to give JEN tab, automatically it will come. Okay. So now automatically it is going to change the port number from 8090 to 80. See, again, it is going to not work properly. Is it done now? So let me remove the 8090 and let me give it to 8080 back. Clear now? So that's it of changing the port number. So guys, but in real time, what is the standard port number we're going to use? Again, 8080 port number is occupied by Tomcat also. Which one? But in real time, we don't need to worry about it. Why? Because we install Tomcat on one server, Jenkins on another server. So we don't get the port conflict actually. That's it. So is the concept of changing the port number clear for all of you? No? Online, can you please confirm is the concept of changing port number clear for all of you or not? Clear, fine. Okay, here I have given the note point also. What is the note point? When we change the configuration of any service, we need to restart. This is the admin task number one. Basically, this kind of task will be performed by admin. Second one will be how to log in to Jenkins server without password. Tell me one thing. After setting up the Jenkins, how many of you forgot the password? As of now, might be one or two. But remember, like after some time of practice, definitely you are going to forget the password. Correct or not, sir? For example, if I forgot the password, I have two options. Option number one, log into the Jenkins server without having password. Second one, delete the server, install the Jenkins, create the server one more time. Which one you gonna choose? Why not second one? Second one will be again time taking process. Correct or not, sir? Basically, in real time, we don't forget the password. I can tell you why. Of course, we are not going to get the computer brains there. Remember, I'm going to tell you one small thing for all of you to understand. Guys, in real time, for example, see, there is a server called AD server. Which server? AD server. It is the user. It is what here? Whenever if user want to log into any of the server, first of all, we give username and password to AD server. AD server will store all the username and password of the servers. First of all, you are going to store them on AD. AD stand for Active Directory. What is AD? In the AD server, we have the username and password of each and every employee in the organization. For example, I want to log into this server. First of all, I don't go and set my username and password here. First thing I do is I go to AD server, I set my username and password. Then only I am going to log into my server. For example, while logging to my server, if I forgot the username and password, I have them on AD server or not, sir? I can go back and I can retrieve it. Remember, without entering your credentials to the AD server, you are not going to log into any single server in the organization. So that is the reason I said there is no chance of forgetting your password. Even though you forget the password, you have the AD server. AD stand for Active Directory. What is the main purpose of AD server? To store the user credentials. Which one? So now tell me, in real time, are you going to forget the password? No, correct. And you can do the same thing on SharePoint also. SharePoint also one of the ticketing tool. Before setting your password to server, you are going to give the password and username to the SharePoint. After giving the credential to SharePoint, you can come and log into the server. That's it. So unfortunately or fortunately, if I lost the username and password, I forgot actually. So in that case, how to log in? I need to change the file called context.xml. I mean like config.xml. Here if you can go and see. Are you seeing config.xml here? Again, you don't know the location of the file. How can you find the location of any file? Find slash if a name of the file will be config.xml. You can see the config.xml. See varlib jenkins config.xml. Okay. So go here, vim, name of this file. Currently, are you seeing use security true here? Use security. You can change it here or here disable sign up. Are you seeing it true now? You can change it here also. Anything will fine. For example, here I'm using use security. Instead of true, I'm going to put as false. Again, I change the configuration of a file. What I need to do now? Reload the daemon and restart the Jenkins. So basically here daemon reloading is not mandatory. So I can restart Jenkins. Okay. So I'm restarting the Jenkins. Now, for example, if I try to log into the server, now this is not going to ask me the username and password. Let me show you. Give the port number 8080. Directly without asking me the username and password, it is going to migrate me to the dashboard. Are you able to see it now? Have I given username and password? Sir, for example, in real time, if you remove the username and password, anybody can able to log into your server or not, sir? Then where is privacy? Where is security? Think logically. Here I removed the username and password access. That means, for example, I'm a DevOps engineer. For example, if developer knows the public IP address, still he can able to access my Jenkins server, right? That means we are losing our privacy and security, correct? But in real time, we are not going to do it. Why? Because we can use the concept called RBAC, which stands for role-based access control. With the help of role-based access control, we can create the users and we can define permission for them. But here, I just shown you in a general way how to log into the Jenkins without using username and password. But in real time, it is not the recommended way. There is a concept called RBAC, that is called as RBAC, role-based access control. There you can restrict the user up to certain level. That's it. So it is the way how you are going to set up the Jenkins without password. So here I have given, go to line number 10, make it as true to false and restart the Jenkins. Now check the Jenkins dashboard. It is not going to ask you the password. Correct. So is the concept of passwordless login clear for all of you know? Online, what about you guys? Is the concept of passwordless login clear for all of you know? What about remaining online? I'm getting response from like only a few people. Try to respond all of you, okay? Because based upon your response only the class is going to be happen. Fine. So now the last admin task for today's session is gonna be how to resolve the issue if your Jenkins server got crashed on. For example, are you seeing your Jenkins server? For example, if this server got crashed, then how you are going to resolve it? That is the question. For example, before let me go and crash the server, I'll like to show you what is the meaning of build executor. What is the meaning of build executor? Means maximum number of builds we can do for the Jenkins server. Guys, remember, by default, Jenkins will execute the job on sequential manner. Which manner? What is the meaning of sequential? One by one, okay? Let me go and configure the continuous integration. So click on configure, give the code here. I'm doing the continuous integration job. Why? Because I want to crash the Jenkins completely and I want to show you how to resolve the issue. See here, I need to give MVN clean package. And in the concept of source code management, go here and provide the click on save. See, for example, here, I'm going to click the build now on 2 times. How many times? 1, 2. If I click on build now 2 times and third time also I'm clicking, see. 3 times I have clicked here. First time is the build number 1 running. Now build number 2 is on. What I said here, by default, Jenkins will execute the jobs on sequential. For example, here if I click on build number 1, build number 2 and build number 3. I click on the build now how many times? First build will occur. First build will happen. After completing of first build only, then only my second build will run. But my third build is not going to run, sir. Why? Because the limit of my Jenkins simultaneously, they can run only 2 jobs. That is only 1 by 1. Which one? 1 by 1. Sir, for example, I don't want to make this 2 1 by 1. I want to do 2 builds parallelly. In that case, how you can do is, there is a option in the configuration section. Go here and in the section of starting here, execute concurrent builds necessary. So if I click on save, now here I'm clicking on build now. 1, 2, 3. How many times I'm clicking here? Now if you can see here, my 2 builds are running parallelly or not, sir? Now third build is coming. Wait for the next. Why? Because 2 points you need to remember. Point number 1 is at a time maximum. At a time maximum, I can run only 2 jobs. Why? Because I have only 2 build executors. How many? Second one will be, if I run 2 jobs, at a time. Are these going to run sequentially or parallelly by default? By default, sequential. But if I wish to change parallelly, can I change it or not, sir? In real time, maximum we have 2 build executors. That means my Jenkins can perform only 2 builds at a time or one by one. But sir, if I want to change the number of build executor from 2 to 5, click on built-in node, click on configuration section. Here instead of 2, I'm gonna put 10 now. What I'm gonna put now? Click on sir. So how many you are seeing now? 10. Let me show you one more time. Click on build executors. Okay, click on built-in node. Here, click on configuration section. Number of executors you want is 10. After click on save, now my Jenkins can run. Number of jobs parallel is how many jobs it can run? 10. Sir, my Jenkins capacity is 2. Initially we are saying 2, but now how I have given it? I make it as now instead of maintaining 2 builds, my Jenkins is going to maintain 10 builds now. That means load is increasing or not, sir? If the load is increasing, automatically what we are going to get? Jenkins will be crashed. Correct or not? Why it is going to crash means the limit will be 2. If not 2, you can give 3 or 4 maximum. But how many you are giving now? That means you are giving into 5 times burden. For example, if you go to Mandi, you can order 1 plate of chicken biryani or mutton biryani. But instead of 1 plate, if you order 5 plates, what is going to happen? Consummate in the dialogue, right? So that is going to happen. So here also now Jenkins is going to feel the same thing. Why I'm getting this much of load? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm giving bill now 10 times. How many times? You can see 10 jobs are running. Are you seeing it or not, sir? Now Jenkins is crashed. If you want me to show, go here and try to run any of the command. Am I able to run any of the command here? Is my server responding? It won't respond. Eventually, if you go to here and if we come to dashboard, here it is going to refresh, but it is not gonna reload the dashboard actually. Am I able to do any activity here? Why? Because my Jenkins is completely crashed out. It is not responding. Why? Because I have given more than expected load. Expected load is 2 builds, but how many builds I have given? That means into 5 times, right? That is the reason my Jenkins got crashed. So in order to resolve this kind of issue, you have 2 things. First of all, stop the server, start it again, and try to increase the CPU and memory. Why? Because if you want to maintain heavy load, you need to increase the CPU and memory. I will show you how to improve CPU and memory. See, go and click on instance. Okay. In the console section, you can go and check here. It is loading, wait. So in the Jenkins section, go for instance, click on stop. After stopping for some time, if you start it, again the server will come back. But again, it is highly recommended whenever your usage is exceeding more than expected, you can change the instance type. I will show you how to change the instance type actually. So once it is stopped now, what is the current instance type? No, instance type currently. I want to go for T2 medium. Of course, T2 medium is paid, but I'll show you how to attach T2 medium. Okay. T2 micro will spin up with 1 CPU, 1 GB of RAM. Correct. And one more thing, like where all these servers are going to store now? Where all these servers are going to store now? Database. No. I already said someone is saying from here. Correct only. AWS cloud. My warehouse is not the correct answer. It is data center, man. I heard someone say the answer here, but they are not able to say it loudly. The answer is data centers. Which one? You know how much of a cost is going to be invested on data centers? How much? Probably. Okay. So basically, the investment of data center depending upon the level. There are some levels actually. Basically, it's not a part of your syllabus, but I'll tell for your knowledge. Okay. Low level, medium level, high level. If you go for low level data centers, investment will be 2 lakh to 5 lakh of $1 million, $2 to $5 million, I can say. 2 million to 5 million. But if you go for mid level data centers, that means medium level, so the investment will be more than 5 million to 10 million. But if you go for high level of data centers, the investment will be minimum 20 millions. How much? Minimum cost I'm telling you, okay? Like that. But again, that's not a part of your syllabus, but I'm just telling you for clarity. So now currently what is the stop here? And status checks is completely gone. Why? Because our server is on stopper state. So go for action. Here click on instance setting. If we come to here, change instance type. Are you seeing it now? Instead of T2 micro, now I'm gonna put here T2 medium. Okay. I can select. Of course, it is going to be paid, but I'm gonna show you how to change the instance type. Okay. So click on apply. So after changing it now you can restart your Jenkins server. So you are going to start. And remember, whenever if you stop and start your server, public IP address will change and service will be going to stop state. Why? Because I stopped the server now. So service is also going to be. Have I said this point? Whenever we stop the Jenkins, I think we said in the like initial part of the session actually. If we stop and start the server, first one public IP address will change and services is also going to be. Already we discussed initially. So currently it is on pending. Previous it was T2 micro, but now it is T2 medium. Correct. So here I have given what is the meaning of build executors and parallel build. Jenkins will run job on sequential, that is one by one. But if I want to run multiple builds at the same time, you can configure like this. Go to job, go to configure, click on execute, concurrent builds, click on save, and click on build names. Okay, build executors means maximum number of builds we can run. So go for build executor status, click on built-in node, go for configure, give the range of 2 to 5 or 10 anything, click on save. Now you can click on build now 5 times. Each and every point what I have said on the session, I have given in the notes very, very clearly. So while practicing, there is nothing to confuse here. So now running server, you can go and check, copy the public IP address. See, previous public IP address was 35.153, but the current public IP address was 18.234. So give the port number 80. It is not going to start. Why? Because the service is going to be stopped. So go to your server and here what you are going to do now? Systemctl restart Jenkins. So I am connecting to my EC2 instance here. Sudo -i. So go and give the command systemctl status Jenkins. Check the status now. Current it is now which status? Inactive. So I need to give the command systemctl restart Jenkins. Now automatically if I restart here in the background, it is going to be load here. So now go and check the status. Is it running now? Correct. So if you go to the background, it is running here. So unfortunately, due to some reason, if due to heavy load, if your server got crashed, stop the server. Just try to add some resources like CPU and memory. Try to increase. Why? Because you are going to maintain some heavy load. Na? Whenever if you are going to maintain some heavy load, so it is better to increase the instance type. So now if you go and see, your server is going to be on ready status. Let me show you the login page of Jenkins now. Now if you go and see, am I able to see my Jenkins dashboard or not, sir? So previously it was crashed, but it is working or not. And this time I added some compute power. Compute means like CPU and RAM. I have added all of them. So this is the way how we are going to troubleshoot the issue of Jenkins failure. So is the concept of troubleshooting clear for all of how to increase the build executors, how to crash it, and how to troubleshoot the crashed Jenkins server. Is it clear for everyone now? Online, can you please confirm is the troubleshooting process clear for all of you or not? Fine. So that's it for today's session. In today's class, we have seen the concept of, first of all, variables. After variables, which one we have seen? Some admin tasks like how to change the port number, how to log into the server without password, and how to resolve the issue of Jenkins crashed server. So for today, this is the concept, okay? But from tomorrow, I'm going to start the concept of scheduling works in Jenkins. That means advanced concepts are going to start from tomorrow. Day one, day two, we have seen some of the basics of Jenkins, okay? Of course, this is not basic, but I just covered the some of the minimal things required to work for the scheduling. But in tomorrow's session, I'm going to show you how to automate the Jenkins workflow. That means if you want to create a build, if you give a time, based upon the time, your Jenkins is going to make the builds itself. So now coming to the interview questions here. So in the interview question, from today's point of view, like what is the Jenkins port number, sir? 8080. And coming to type of variables, how many type of variables we do have here? What are those? Username and user defined variables and Jenkins environment variables. Difference between user defined and Jenkins environment variables. User defined variables will be on smaller caps, but Jenkins environment variable will be. Second one, user defined variable will be defined by user, but Jenkins defined variable will be given by Jenkins. Third one, for user defined variable, you need to give key and value. That means variable and value you need to give. But for Jenkins environment variable, you can give only variable. Value will become automatically. So these will be the differences between Jenkins environment variable versus user defined variable. So that's it about today's session, guys. So now if you are having any doubts or any queries about today's class, you can ask me. But before going to that, how's the class for all of you today? Is it clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm me how's the session for all of you today? Can you please confirm in chat box once? Great, fine. So now online, if you are having any kind of queries, you can raise your hand. I'm gonna give unmute option for you. And offline, if you are having any queries, you can ask me now. And here I have given how to run the script on server also. So no need to worry about anything here. Everything is automated here in the section. So question from Vikram, when we run daemon reload, it need to restart other service. If running also Jenkins. No, basically, like, let me tell you. So Vikram, for your query, if you go to here, if I give the command find /hyphen name Jenkins dot service. Guys, listen to this point here. Basically, here currently your Jenkins service file is on which folder? Systemd. Which folder? So my current file called jenkins.service is located on userlib systemd system. If you change any file on systemd folder, if you change any file on systemd folder, you definitely need to give the command called systemctl daemon reload. But in the other hand, if I go to the file called config.xml, so config.xml is not on the systemd folder, correct or not, sir? That is the reason I haven't given daemon reload for the config.xml. Why? Because it is not on the systemd folder. If you change any file on systemd folder, so definitely you are going to reload the daemon. But if the file is not on systemd folder, no need to give the daemon reload. Is the difference clear for all of you? Know? I hope it is clear for you, Vikram. No? Great. And one more thing, like all of you got the Google Classroom access and Telegram access, na? Everybody. Online from what about you guys? Like I have intimated to the higher officials also regarding this, like access. I hope like you got it by this time. So Telegram access is on Google Classroom only. So even if you get the Google Classroom access, we are given Telegram link there. Okay, please go and join there. Fine. And if anybody is not getting, please let me know. Or like I have shared it to the admins in the last session. Let me check how many of you are in the Google Classroom actually. So in the Google Classroom, we are having total 93 students here as of now. Yep, fine. Things still somehow need to join. Let's see. So offline, any queries from your end? And one more thing I would like to tell for all of you is, guys, please go to the labs. I'm telling you, the labs are going to be very, very important. If you want the placement support, definitely you need to go to the labs. And one of the update is let me show you one of the update actually. If you go to our Nareshite Instagram channel, let me show you one of my student actually. I was seeing this guy here. Like here it need to be login actually. Okay, fine. Are you seeing this guy, Rama? He's placed as a DevOps engineer. What is the package he got? He's a fresher. Exactly a year ago. Exactly a year ago. Okay. I have trained him in the DevOps actually since from like past 8 months. Like he's working very hard to get the job. And you know, he's not from IT. Basically, he's from MSc background. It's not from BTech actually, degree background. Being from degree background and is passed out year is 2019. Which year? So he worked for like previously he worked for so and so like small industries, and then later he prepared for sales like a DSC exam, I think so. But not getting the chances in the DSC field, so he came to here and he learned DevOps. Now he is working as a DevOps engineer with the package of how much? As a fresher only I'm talking about. See, he is 2019 passed out and not from BTech background, but still he got some good package or not, sir? If he can get the package, why can't you get it? And one of the best advantages, whatever the content that I have delivered for that batch, I have doubled the content almost all. That means you can learn more here and you can get some good package also. But again, it depends upon your hand, like how you are going to utilize this hands-on section. No institute is going to provide placement for just 10,000 rupees. Is any institute here in Amirpet entire? Not in Amirpet, in entire India, nobody will give the placement for 10,000 rupees, guys. These people paid only that 10,000 rupees. They took only course, but placements we have given for free of cost. But remember, even if you want to get that placement service, definitely all of you need to go, like all of you need to go to the labs. Why? Because if you go to lab, we are going to take your attendance. The people who attended the lab daily, we are going to give the high priority. For example, if we have one interview, for example, there are two person. Person number one attended daily lab. Person number two never entered to the lab. So the priority will be given to the person one who is going to the lab daily. So this point you don't know. So from tomorrow onwards, I'll suggest everyone to go to the lab. You can come at 2 o'clock. From 2 to 4, you can practice. And you can come to the class right away. See, if you practice the concepts before class, the next upcoming concepts are going to be very, very easy for you to understand. You can come to around 2 or like 2:30 or even 3 also fine. No need to practice for 3 to 4 hours. 1.5 hour practice is maximum. Why? Because I am giving the live notes also. Each and every point I'm mentioning on the notes. That will be enough for your practice. That's it. So now tell me, is getting a job in DevOps difficult? Huh? Compare yourself with him, being from non-IT and being passed out on 2019. You have the better chances of getting the job or not, sir? That's it. Fine. So as of now, we don't have any queries. We still have 5 minutes left. So let's go for the self-intro part actually. I think a lot of the people who are sitting here might like, I don't know, like your names and where you are from. So let's go for self-intro section. Self-intro means like what's your name, where you are from, and what is your stream, and when is your passed out. That's it. Okay. So let's start with you. No, you can sit. You can sit. Fine. Okay, Rajshekhar. Name, year of passed out, stream. Okay. Recently passed out. Which stream? Triple A. And where are you from? Location. Proper location. Okay. Next. Okay. Sambhaji Nagar. Okay. Aurangabad. And your year of passed out? Okay. Up. MCA. Fine. Next. Okay. Okay. Maharashtra. 2023. Great. Next. Okay. Okay. Ongol. Okay. Next. Maharashtra. Okay. Next. 2024. Next. 2024. Okay. Next. CSE background. Okay. Next. 19 passed on. Okay. Fine. Next. 2023. Okay. Next. 2020 for this year. Okay. Next. 2024. Next. Hmm. 2024. Okay. Nagpur. Okay. Rathur. Okay. Next. Which year you passed out, Omkar? Passed out year. Okay. Next. Yogi Vemana. Okay. Next. Recently passed out. Okay. From which team? Sorry. Okay. Okay. Next. Mechanical. Next. 2019. Okay. Uh, Ongol. Okay. Next. Where you are from? Yadadri. Okay. 2021. Okay. CSC background. Fine. Okay. Next. From Guntur. Which college? Okay. Fine. EC. Okay. Next. I mean, like, Sari is on this side. Huh? He's not from other side. Okay. 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 Fine. Next. BTech third year. Still pursuing. Huh? Good. Next. From which college? DNR. Okay. 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 Okay, fine. Next. Rakesh. Okay. 2024. Next. 2023. Okay. Next. From the stream, mechanical. Okay. Andhra means like from which district? Nellore. Okay. 24 batch. 2021. From stream? Triple E. Okay. 2023. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Recently passed out. Huh? Great. 2018. Okay. Next. 2023 passed out. 2021. Huh? Okay. Next. Okay. Praveen. What's your name? Ravi. Okay. Okay. Andhra, which location from? Jamal Madug. Okay. It is very famous, right? Jamal Madug. Uh, Next. Maharashtra. Okay. Recent passed out. Good. Next. Become graduate. Okay. Great. CSC. Okay. Next. Tirupati. Okay. So three from same college. Huh? That is the reason like why you are speaking continuously in the class. I am seeing in the middle of session like you two are continuously speaking with each other, huh? Gossiping. Fine. Next. Okay. Recently passed out. Fine. So guys, that's it for today's session. So in tomorrow's session, we are going to see with the one more topic that is called as scheduling work. Which one? So scheduling work is going to be very, very like easy to understand. Okay. But before that, you need to understand the flow of the continuous integration. So let's see on tomorrow's session with some new topic. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you. Thank you all.